Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Today, we are discussing the Piaget Altiplano XL, an automatic 43mm white gold Piaget launched in 2010. It even received a GPHG nod back in the day, a timepiece that was a record setter for ultra-thin automatics back when it launched. It's still freakishly thin today, broad like a saucer at 43mm in diameter on my 16cm circumference wrist. The watch has one of the most extreme diameter to thickness aspect ratios that I have ever encountered. Now, it is slim. I measured it at 5.15mm thick, and it is broad. Lug to lug, the watch has a full 48mm span across the wrist and a 22mm spacing between the lugs, so it has an impressive footing and stance. The timepiece is suitable for wrists as small as 14.5cm circumference, possibly 14 if your wrist is more oval than round. Now, the timepiece is nicely equipped with a handsome alligator leather strap that nicely matches the width of the case. That 22mm lug spacing was inspired. Large rectangular scale, semi-gloss. It has a folded edge, a monotone stitch. You can see calfskin on the underside, and it features a matching Piaget white gold pin buckle. The timepiece, featuring a high polish case flank, it's almost knife-edged. It's difficult to describe the case of this timepiece because it's almost indistinguishable from the case back and the bezel. Put the two together and you basically have the case. The lugs, however, are set apart and strong, and this was an excellent decision on the part of Piaget to give the lugs their own sculptural form rather than blending them into the case. It improves the visual strength of the watch. Now, the timepiece does have a rather dramatic ratio of dial to bezel. The bezel is not particularly thin. The dial is just that large. As you can see, it's a matte black. It features three different steps. There's the hour track outboard, which features double indices at the quarters, 12, 3, 6, and 9, and then there's a center dial and a sub-register for constant seconds located at 430, and that's about it. White on black print makes contrast high, and white gold needle style seconds, minutes, and hour hands are about as minimalist as it gets. The timepiece is handsome, easy to read, though there are some angles when a polished set of hands on a black dial can be a bit obscured by the blend of the two optically. You just shift it off axis and you immediately see. Turn it all over, Piaget branded crown, and we're looking at the business end of this Piaget. This is how the miracle happens. This is Piaget caliber. Let me give us a bit more light, try to get a little bit closer, improve the focus. This is Piaget caliber 1208P. It launched on the 50th anniversary of the original 12P micro-rotor automatic caliber. The 50th anniversary was 2010. There was a 1200P and the 1208. The 1208 is the sub-second model you see here. You can see a 22 karat gold unidirectional winding micro-rotor mass, 22 karat with ceramic rotor bearings and unidirectional action, the two for efficiency. It's blazoned with circular Côte de Genève, and you'll note the same circular Côte de Genève across the bridges. Although they don't have a focal point at center, it's an off-centered circular Côte de Genève, which is a different look and a good one. There's engine-turned perlage on the base plate. All screws are kiln-fired oxidized blue, and you'll appreciate the fact that all of the wheels feature a radial graining pattern, so there is no default finish here. Nothing is left rough from the mills. 27 joules. The watch beats away at 21,600 vibrations per hour, 42-hour power reserve. It does feature, somewhat surprisingly, a hacking or stop seconds function, and you can see a very high-grade flanged spoke balance right there. If we can get even a little bit closer, I'm going to try to demonstrate this, but you'll note that part of the regulator structure on the balance actually features the Piaget P logo. So Piaget, both an engineering house and a true manufacturer, as well as a styling house. This watch is handsomely styled on both sides and impeccably engineered. The movement itself only 2.35mm thick. Now, there are limits to this watch. For example, this ultra-thin automatic white gold dress watch only has 20 meters water resistant rating, but you know something? There are better timepieces, including from Piaget, for getting wet and wild. This watch, however, is anything but mild. Wild in its own way, it's a sensation on the wrist, and one of the overlooked high horology options in the watch industry today. See it and make it yours on the Watchbox.